I apologize for unintentionally lying and starting this up a couple hours later than I intended, but I only just now got my internet back because it decided to go down for a couple of hours for whatever reason. So yeah, not exactly my intention to start this up at 10 when I want to start at 8, but such as life goes. But anyway, welcome to the Fire Emblem The Sacred Stones live stream. Shadows of Valencia came out like a little while ago, and I kind of wanted to do something like helps quote-unquote celebrate it, and also because I kind of felt like playing a strategy game recently. And really, as far as Fire Emblems go, the Sacred Stones is actually the one I have the most experience in. Although usually if I'm going to be playing a strategy game, it's going to be Final Fantasy Tactics, but Fire Emblem is good enough. And I figure if I'm going to start with Fire Emblem games, start with the one that I started with, start with the one I have more experience with, and that would be the Sacred Stones. But that's enough about a little class slideshow there. Let us not restart a chapter, let's start the new game. While I am familiar with the Sacred Stones, I'm not familiar with it enough to actually really do a smooth run of difficult. So we're just going to be sticking with normal for now. I already have a file from earlier when I was, from a while ago when I was messing around with this for some reason. But we're going to be getting our backstory here, and I feel like the Sacred Stones is a good place to start because, as far as I'm aware of, it doesn't have any sort of interconnection with any other Fire Emblem in terms of plot. Like, usually a lot of Fire Emblems, they're interconnected in pairs, usually. As you have 1 and 3, you have 4 and 5, 6 and 7, 9 and 10. It's usually how it works, but then you have like the occasional rare standalone game, such as Gaiden, which got re-released as Shadows of Valencia. Still waiting on an actual re-release of Genealogy of the Holy War, but that's a story for another time. And the Sacred Stones here. I forgot to take the Twitch chat out. No. So I do apologize if the sound cuts out a little bit there. So basically this is the continent of Magvel, which a long time ago was under oppression of something called the Demon King. It was eventually sealed away by 5 heroes? What was it? 5 heroes? Yeah. With 5 Sacred Stones, which were basically gifts from the heavens to help fight against the demonic menace. And after they sealed away the Demon King, they basically founded their own kingdoms, and that's how prosperity came to Magvel. There's also like a 6th little country here that's just basically, as they say right out front, it's a mercantile republic. Money rules. That can't possibly end well. Never say the freaking ancient dark arts have all vanished, because somebody is gonna unearth them. You know that as a fact. Watch out! War's breaking out, because of course it must. I mean, this is a Fire Emblem game after all, we have to have war break out, otherwise, you know, what's the point of being here? So, the Kingdom of Grotto, in a bid for more land, I guess? I don't know. Is invading the neighboring kingdom of Raynar. And this is where our story starts. And of course, things are looking really, really bad. Because of course they are. Fire Emblem doesn't start off on a happy note, usually. So apparently the only course of action is for, well, to surrender, really. I don't think you're going to get an answer to that. I don't think you did. But I mean, that's just me talking out of thin air. Whoa, we've got druids and paladins, great knights. General. They've got mage knights there too. Nice. I mean, that's a pretty well equipped army. And it's only like 1/200th of their actual army size. So we're introduced to, well, there goes Franz. We'll be beating him a little bit later. Erica here is one of the royalty of Raynar. And Seth is basically the pre-promote paladin that is traditional of every Fire Emblem game. Only unlike most of the other ones, he's actually kind of good. What we're about to see here is Seth trying to fend off Valter, but unfortunately, triangle disadvantages. Plus, Valter just has a superior weapon. I can also assure you that we are pretty much going to be killing most of these villains, most of the enemy, in our time throughout this game. But basically my goal for like these Fire Emblem live streams is I'm going to try to do at least a few maps per stream. Like, later maps it's probably going to be 1 or 2, at least, maybe 3 if I can manage it. I mean, he's so noble, but you probably shouldn't leave open wounds standing. That is true, though, because as per Fire Emblem tradition, well, if the Lord dies, it's game over. And Erica happens to be one of our 2 lords. We'll be meeting the other one later as well. But we've already gotten a glimpse of him. And so Erica gets Rapier, In this game, Rapier is is Erica's preferred weapon. No one else can equip it. Even though the Rapier is actually really good. It's weak, but it's effective against both infantry and mounted units. Well, we certainly don't want Seth taking the experience. I mean, first off, he's injured. I mean, look at that. He's lost more than half of his health. Even though I'm pretty sure none of these guys would be an actual real threat to him. Unless this is difficult mode. But more importantly, it's because Seth is a paladin, which is an advanced unit, which means he would actively get less experience as well. And we kind of want to maximize our experience gain. And plus, if we don't level up Erica whenever we get the chance, or your lawyer in general, you're gonna have a harder time. Anyway, you can press the R button when you hover over a unit. You can see their statuses. Affinities, weapons, what they're loaded out with, are again, and you can get some additional text help about what they're equipped, a little bit about them, their class. Typically, other things like what their stats do. I would very much like to give the Seal Sword to Erica, but she won't be able to use it yet. Oh, I almost forgot. Go with the options. I'll leave the animations on for now, but later I'll turn them off just to help speed things up. The combat window is interesting because you can use Strat, which is a streamlined battle window. Well, I can show you. Never really liked auto cursor and auto intern. Set the window to a nice green color because why not? So anyway, this is what the Strat window looks like. Very streamlined. Gives you the most basic of information. As if you really want to map things out for yourself, go with detail, and you see a lot more stuff. It's like you see the actual attack stat, defense, hit rate, critical, attack speed. That's what AS is. If you have at least 4 or more attack speed, then your enemy. Attack speed based off your current speed stat and the weight of the weapon you're holding compared to your constitution, you'll get 2 attacks as opposed to 1. Just to keep things moving, not really have to map too much out, we'll keep it on Strat. Now I don't actually want to attack these guys, because I want them to attack her first, just in case, you know, she takes a straight hit. I mean, out of the 2 lords, Erica is the faster one. A little bit higher skill and speed, and luck, I believe. But yeah, yes, see, there we go. It's like I took a hit, and it almost didn't end well for me. We have Seth out of range there, so like the enemy doesn't get any bright ideas. Move into this forest here and heal up with Vulnerary. Take advantage of these now because the Vulneraries aren't going to be as useful later on. But anyway, as you can see here, staying in the forest gives you a defensive advantage. So you get plus 20 additional evasion and 1 extra defense, and he hit me with a 19% chance. That's Fire Emblem for you. Anyway, once the 2 underlings are defeated, well, this guy will actually start moving at you. Use the Vulnerary again, because stray hits are a thing that happen. I don't think so. But yeah, this guy is, he's fast enough to actually avoid getting doubled. Which is pretty neat. Mainly because he has a constitution to avoid weight penalties from his axe. And you'll basically see me passing turns like this when it comes to a boss, or typically bosses. Unless I'm pretty sure I can get a killing blow off on them. And that's a critical hit animation. Completely pointless. Especially since I was going to kill him with that strike anyway. Critical hits in the Sacred Stones inflict triple damage. So, needless to say, this is very devastating. So, Erica is just now getting over the fact that she's actually killed some people, and, well, she's gonna need to come to terms with that. Erica is something of what you would call, like, a little bit of a pacifist. And no, pacifist is the wrong word. It's like, she'd rather use diplomacy than a sword. As unfortunately, as war goes, diplomacy usually, typically doesn't work. Anyway, Erica leveled up after killing that boss. Thing to know about Fire Emblem, your level up gains are random. Every character has a base stat line growth for their weapon. Well, base growth for their stats. And because of that, like, some characters are typically going to average out better than others. But like I said, it's all luck. Like, you could have what's technically considered a very inferior unit be better than someone that's supposed to be superior. Oh, this guy's very confident. And he gets a critical off a 1% chance. You are going to hate that when it comes to like other typical Fire Emblem playthroughs. I mean, not like the mercenary really was much of a chance anyway. I mean, it's basically a sword against heavy armor. What do you expect? It's like, oh, speaking of, because Fire Emblem has permanent death for your characters, it's gonna be, I'm gonna try my damnedest to make sure that no one dies. Of course. Because that's usually how I play through Fire Emblem, even if it means restarting chapters over and over again. Sadly for a live stream, I can't really get away with doing that, so if anyone should happen to die, say, to an unfortunate critical hit, well, that's life. I can't. They'll just have to, yeah, they will get their happy ending. Now let's check the affinities. Oh, she's close to getting the steel sword. As I press the A button over an enemy, you can see their movement range. Red squares are their effective attack range, and that's important for later. For now, I do want to give Erica the steel sword, even though it's twice as heavy as the rapier. It'll also help preserve the rapier's uses as well. Not that you should be too ultra conservative with the rapier, because you can get another one later on. But because weapons break, I just have that sort of sort of thing that it's, you know, I want to save the good stuff. I want to move Eric right about here. It'll keep her out of the range of the soldier, who uses a lance. Soldiers are basically cannon fodder, but Erica would be at a triangle disadvantage. Yeah, that's something I should explain, even though the game will... It's like, well, the game can't effectively explain it for you, but there's a weapon triangle in Fire Emblem. Swords beat axes, axes beat lances, and lances beat swords. And then there's magic, which has their own trinity system. Light beats dark, dark beats anima, anima beats fire. There are a distinct class of weapons in, especially early Fire Emblem, where, like the Reaver weapons, they'll flip the triangle on its head. And then there's a couple of other weapons that are effective against a weapon type, even though they're of the weaker weapon type, such as the Sword Slayer. Fortunately for us, though, at the end of that turn, we are we're rejoined by Franz, who is our Cavalier, our first Cavalier of 3. Who is pretty well stocked with vulneraries. And we also have Gilliam, who is a Knight. Knights are typically have really heavy armor, and they can't move really well because of that. Despite what it looks like, though, Gilliam is not a pre-promoted unit, though. Knight is a basic class. Alright. Let me check, actually. That'll put him in danger. I will have to use the rapier to defeat this guy, though. The rapier is a pretty decent weapon, all things considered. Even though there's only 2 that you could potentially get in the game. Stab that guy through the face with a lance. Ow! I mean, even I felt that one. Thing to note, though, is that Gilliam does start at level 4, though, so he has a little bit of experience advantage over Franz and Erica. But we do want to level up Gilliam. I think Gilliam's pretty neat. Anyway, if you stop a unit on the house, you can visit them. This guy is going to tell you that things like armor slayers or rapiers are good against armor. Well, when you know we have a rapier? Unfortunately, knights are typically lance users, and thus they are effective against sword users, like Erica. I mean, you could use Seth as well. I mean, he has a silver lance. Silver typically being the best vanilla type of weapon you can buy. Certain units can talk to each other. No, usually if they're related to each other in some way. Talking is also how you're able to recruit some units to your cause. Anyway, I don't plan on using Seth quite yet, and I certainly don't want him using that Iron Lance. Well, Silver Lance, so I'm gonna dump all that stuff on Gilliam. He'll be fine, I'm sure. Equip the Iron Sword for Franz there so he can help deal with the soldier. No, sorry, Fire. They're all labeled as soldier, even though he's clearly a fire class. Erica should be fine against those axe fighters, though. Friend's hand will not be so fine if he keeps taking hits like that. But that's a neat thing about forts, though. It's like if you stand on a fort. Better defense bonus than forests, and if you're staying on a fort, come the beginning of your turn, you regain a percentage of your health. I want to say it's around 15%. Yeah, we'll have Franz retreat. So he can heal up on that fort. And Gilliam can hopefully take care of this guy. Although that does mean that like the fighters are probably gonna attempt to gang up on Gilliam because they are, well, they can fight Erica too. Not that I have a problem with that. Even with a trial disadvantage, Erica's still doing pretty well. Even against that soldier. But then again, like I said, those soldiers are cannon fodder, so it's kind of to be expected. I think she got defense up. That's relatively rare, actually. I am kind of burning through all my rapier uses, though I really shouldn't be doing that. But that's the last of the enemy reinforcements. No more will show up. A little bit of the HP regeneration in work. We'll equip the lance. Yeah, it's already almost half gone. That's not really the best thing. Let's see. Oh, for Hex. Yes, I want you to attack Franz. Oh! Critical hit. I was like, I love when I get a critical kill on an enemy at full health because it saves me at least one extra weapon use. Unless I was going to kill him with one hit anyway. Hey, strength and speed up. Part of the, basically the holy trinity of stat boosts that you want. Which is basically skill, strength, power, skill, and speed. I'll just tell you like that. Because for magic users, strength is going to get replaced with magic because, obviously, mages don't use physical weapons. Alright, Erica, it's time to press your luck just to give you an idea of what we're up against. Yeah, he's standing... Bosses are typically standing on what are known as gates, which are basically the best defensive things in the game. Which is kind of unfair, really. Yeah, 3 defense, 3 extra evasion. But considering all of that, though... Erica has pretty good odds of defeating him, but like I said, I don't want to attack first. Oh, nice. Dodge. Oh, that was almost seamless. Almost seamless. And he's gonna get... He's probably gonna get enough health back to soak up 2 rapier hits. That's gonna be annoying. Like, the first 5 or so chapters of the game are really short. They're meant to be more like tutorial. Ow. There we go. And Erica gets another level. Oh, another defense boost. I'm impressed. Now you may notice the objective is to seize the gate. Only your main lord can do that. Yet another reason why you should probably keep them at a really decent level. So anyway, we saved Princess Tana. Huzzah! And we're gonna be coming up to quite a bit of plot. Like, I'll do my best, try to not skip so fast through it, but it's not like the actual story behind Fire Emblem games are typically really that good. The character interactions, on the other hand, are usually typically very charming. It's like, I like how Tana just like basically uses Erica as a sort of like, please don't get mad at me. Here, a distraction. And this is where we received the grim news that Fado got killed off. Off screen. Oh, like you're gonna be able to do anything. It's like your army is composed of just as many rank and file cannon fodder soldiers as theirs is. Like, no, not the Pegasus Knights. I mean, Freelia is like the Pegasus Knight capital of this game, though. Like, all three of the Pegasus Knights come from Freelia. I love flyers in Fire Emblem, though. It's my thing. Like, in a game such as this, where terrain is usually your biggest factor when it comes to moving around, the ability to just ignore that is fun. It's like, and a properly developed flyer can do pretty well in being a good support unit. Just watch me. I'll make it work. I mean, come on. It's Erica and two Cavaliers. Well, a Cavalier and a Paladin. Can't possibly lose. Fortunately, Hayden is a pretty merciful sort, and he's gonna loan us some of his own personal vassals here. And it's quite the balanced group, really. I mean, we've already met Gilliam, but Vanessa is the first Pegasus Knight we'll get. And Moldor is a... oh, what was it called? Well, he's a healer unit, basically. I want to say priest, but there you go. Also 5,000 gold. That's not going to last very long. Tana is just lamenting the fact that everything has gone to hell, and, well, such things can't be helped. But that's why we're going out to find Ephraim, to find the answers. And kill a couple of enemy brigades while we're at it, too. I was like, also we're given the option to manage our items, which is pretty swell. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to send that Silver Lance straight into supply. We'll give that javelin to Gilliam. It'll give him a little bit of needed range. There we go, priest. I wanted to say priest, but I wasn't quite sure. Let's see. We can't buy anything yet. And I kinda don't plan on using Vanessa as my pick this night. Even though Vanessa's got pretty average stack robes, really. She's not terrible. It's just I think the other Pegasus design we get is slightly better. Anyway, to Eid. Eid? Something along those lines. And basically this map coming up is going to teach us about the basics of rescuing and healing and recruitment. We have a plan now, though. We're going to go through Seraphiu, which is a border town. I was like, keep that advice to heart, too, because flyer units take 9 fatal damage from bows. They take triple damage by default. And instantly brigands. Oh yeah, that's right, we're also introduced to villages as well. And basically the mechanic is villages reward you with stuff when you visit them. But if brigands visit them, well, they destroy them and the item is lost forever. As we are about to demonstrate. Well, that's swell. Yes, he can heal injuries with his staff, but unfortunately it's not a physics staff, so therefore he can't heal over distances. I'm kind of sad. Leveling healers is gonna be really super obnoxious, basically. Because they only get experience from healing. And it wouldn't be until Awakening when they would actually get a semi-decent amount of experience from healing. So anyway, first things first, we must rescue Ross. And we'll worry about him a bit later. For now, I want to try to get Franz and Gilliam down here. And Seth is going to visit these two villages up along here. Now let's see, I want to move Walter over there. Because basically the idea for turn 2, Vanessa's going to drop off Ross and she's going to make a beeline for that village down there. I wouldn't worry too much about Garcia here. He can take care of himself, really. He's got hand axe. That's pretty cool. Like, the item in the village down here isn't really necessary. But you know, I don't want the brigands to destroy the village. Oh, hello, unique person. You can't possibly be important. Well, she gives us a red gem. It's basically money. So then we'll have Erica talk to Ross here. And we basically get him into our party here. Yeah. On the subject of Ross, at any rate, he's one of the 3 trainee classes in this game. And Ross could easily argue to be the best among them because, for one, he's got really, really good strength growth. And is pretty good in a bunch of other growths as well. And secondly, he could become a berserker, which is just insane. Unfortunately, the problem with all the trainees is that they start out really, really weak. And I don't think I want to use any of them throughout the game. As much as I kind of like using them. But I'll see how I feel later on. So by the way, there's an armory here. We can buy stuff. Later. Now, usually how well Garcia ends up dealing with this Archer is kind of luck-based. Like, I had to the point where he missed the Archer a good, like, 3 consecutive times. Oh, there! Some reinforcements. I forgot about those, actually. So we managed to get Vanessa to the village in time. And we get Pure Waters, which are actually kind of useful. They boost your resistance temporarily, and resistance is something a lot of physical units typically tend to lack. Seth has to visit this village as well. Just like a mercenary, but had elegance around him. I don't know who she's talking about, but we get an elixir, which is a full heal item. Very useful. Okay, let's see. So the idea is I want France to take care of these cutthroats down here. Which means Gilliam is going to have to... Gilliam and Erica are going to have to do some tanking. A little bit. Usually, typically, like the early chapters of Fire Emblem, pit you against a lot of axe users. Which is good, because your lord is typically a sword user. It's also bad because it typically means your lance users don't usually get a lot of help. Oh, I forgot to get to the seal sword, didn't I? Whoops. I am going to... Oh, Erica's level 5. I don't really need to level her up. Okay, so the idea is that I want France to deal with those brigands over there. So we're going to move Gilliam onto this fort so he has a better chance of dealing with these axes. Bone here is just barely stronger than the rest of his other henchmen. So he's not really too much of a threat. Friends, you're gonna need more speed. Whoa, that brigands beat a rebel! He's going after my healer. Or attempting to, at any rate. Or he might target Ross, too. That would be bad. Seth, I'm not really worried about if he targets, so... Seth can take it. Let's see, those guys might go after Araka, which wouldn't be the best of plans for now. I want him to focus in on Gilliam so he can maybe get a level. Since he's standing on that fort, though, he should be able to shrug off most of them. Most of the attacks. With the healing and combined... Oh! Gilliam the Killstealer. Nice little critical hit there. Well, he got the level I wanted, but he killed the boss. Nice defensive boosts there for everyone. I keep forgetting to equip that steel sword. Because I kind of want to save the rapier for... Oh, weapon level increase. I think that's a C rank at this point now? Yeah, 15 uses. I kind of want to try to preserve the rest of those, if possible. We'll have Franz work on it. We'll have Franz kill this guy. And that'll be that. Not even enough for a level. We're gonna have to fix that. So now we're really officially introduced to the Great Garcia here. Former general of Renans. Well, not so much general, but commander. Well, he's got some emotional regret in him, but if Ross is here, this slaps some sense in him so he can join us. Well, I mean, we already recruited Ross, so it's basically... he's already with us. Well, that is true. This motherfucker. But I mean, yeah. He could be the best if you train him up. Like I said, he's the only buildable berserker you can get in this game. There was another berserker you can get, but they're pre-promote. Pre-promoted berserkers tend to not be as good, but they're serviceable enough. That is a splendid bracelet you're wearing. You should probably make sure it doesn't get stolen. We learned a little bit about Basma's bandits, who basically brutally murder everyone who gets in their way. Just because they have something they wanted. And well... guess who we're gonna be dealing with? Well, you know what they say about rumors. So in the middle of the night here, Erica reminisces a bit, and that will cost her her life! Actually, no. But it is a little bit of backstory here. Basically about why Erica decided to learn how to use the sword. Uncivilized behavior, indeed. Nice little reversal of logic there. Hey, mysterious stranger, where are you going? Wow, that's some really quick fingers, being able to take the bracelet off of her wrist without her even knowing. The bracelet is apparently more important than the brother, so there you have it. Before we take off, though, sell the red gem. We can also sell the elixir for a pretty penny too, but they're relatively uncommon, especially early on. Let me see here. Yeah, slim swords are weaker than some equipment is weaker than the iron variant, but they're slightly more accurate, they're a lot lighter, and they have a slight critical hit rate boost, so they're not too bad. I do want to get like a couple of iron swords though. There's one for Seth, so he has some way to defend himself, and one to Erica, so I don't have to rely on the steel sword and its incredible weight. Even though the iron sword is a fair bit weaker than the rapier. We'll throw the pure water in there for later. Now, as far as axe users go, because even though I don't really like them, I feel like every Fire Emblem team is obligated to have at least one. I will be using Garcia, mainly because I never really used him before, so a little bit of variety, if you will. Move off. There we go. Save my changes, and we'll move on. So now we're chasing a thief. And a little later, Basma's bandits. Because that's smart. But I mean, defeating them would help, you know, cut off some of the more brutal plundering and pillaging. A fair guess. But even guesses can be wrong. It's interesting, though, that the Grotto Army wouldn't be interested in keeping order, as you would think they would want to do that, you know, with their conquered territories and all that. Hello? So sort of mercenary troop. Mercenary troop, I guess you could call us that. Anyway, this is Nimi. She's the only unpromoted archer in the entire game. I mean, there's only 2 archers in the entire game. One's a pre-promote. And because Nimi here starts as the unpromoted, well, you have a little bit of choice and a little more levels to actually make her good. Cole's my, yeah, best friend. Yeah, we'll go with that. Sure. And it is true, we should help her out. Unfortunately, she helps us lead us into the area, and there you go. And she also tells us she used to go hunting with her grandfather. She can shoot things! I like the sound of that. Anyway, I do want to send Mimi immediately up here, because I know what's going to happen. I think if you have, like, you're on easy mode, the tutorial's on, the game basically forces you to move Nimi there anyway, so... Let's see, we got some axes. Garcia also starts level 4 too, so that's a thing. Let me see if I can't get friends into a good position to fight that brigand down there. I can't move Gilliam far enough. I can move Garcia though. Chuck an axe in a wall and it breaks down. Makes perfect sense to me. I can't have Gilliam target him. It won't be. Oh, I actually hit. I'm impressed. I mean, just as planned. And Ross and Vanessa are pretty much gonna stay behind. And now the enemy is gonna get their face. Ow. Yay, level up for France. I might use France as my cavalier, I might not. Oh, look, it's our mystery thief from last night. I wonder if that could possibly be... Oh wait, yes it is. Oh, this is ridiculous. It's at this point when the game would teach you about support tutorials. Support conversations. By forcing a conversation between Colm and Nimi. Which, you know, wouldn't be bad. It's just... I don't want those supports. Anyway, Colm is a thief. Thieves serve two purposes. They're suited with sword fighters. But they can pick locks and steal things. And that's a bit more valuable. Even though Colm's not really that strong. I mean, literally, his strength is not really that good. As I do want to build up supports between Mimi, Gilliam, and Garcia. I think Garcia can support with Gilliam. I forget. I know Nimi can support with both of them. And I mainly want to do that for more backstory. How getting support conversations normally works is that two units have to spend a certain number of turns next to each other. And then you'll get the option for support. So we'll have France attack. Kill the bandit. Get a little more experience. And the brigand had a chest key. We'll move Seth onto the chest, trade for the chest key, and then open the chest. How's that for multitasking? Got a javelin though. I should probably move that onto someone eventually. Maybe. I'll think about it. I did believe Mulder and Colin have support with each other. Like, I don't quite remember. Like, I was never really very good at keeping all of the who supports with who off the top of my head. Even though once you beat the game, there is a list that keeps track of all the supports you've gotten throughout your game. I want Nemi to get the kill because she starts at level 1. And leveling up Nemi is a little bit of a pain. Just a little bit. So I'll check the support list later to see if Gilliam and Garcia can support with each other. I want to say they can. And now it's time to put Colm's lockpicking expertise to use. Although it is worth noting that thieves can only open doors and chests when they have a lockpick. There's a promoted class that you can get later in the game, the Rogue, which doesn't need a lockpick. So thieves are also notable for their ability to steal non-combat, non-weapon items from enemies. Like that pure water there. Colin can steal that. Stealing works is that if you have a higher, I think it's if you have a higher speed than the person you're trying to steal from, it's always successful. Hey, an antitoxin. Yeah, unfortunately, because this is inside a building, we're gonna be a little bottlenecked. In fact, I should probably work on breaking those walls down, just so I can. So that way, not everyone is going the same way. Final chest for an iron sword, which we can immediately send in storage because Calm already has an iron sword. Now the thief here, well, enemy thieves they'll play by the same rules, but they kind of don't. Like, usually if they are in range of a character that has an item they can steal, they'll just basically steal it from you, and then run away, typically. Kind of annoying when they can steal something like, say, a stat boosting item. I can't say I've ever had that happen to me, because I don't know why you would keep stat boosting items on your person, but it can. Let me see here. I want to wait to open that wall. Calm, unlock the door. And that archer's most likely gonna move though. But we'll break open the wall. Hey, friends can kill someone. Well, that's because he has a hand axe mainly. Hand axes are really freaking heavy. Like, throwable physical weapons are typically heavier than normal. But I mean, now I'm kind of torn because I also want to get kills for Nimi. I haven't typically gotten over this, but yeah, see, there you go. Stealing my vulnerary. Can't even get it back normally, too. I have to actively steal it back. But then again, it is a vulnerary, so I don't care that much. Let's see. Seth would outright murder him. Never mind that. 4, Gilliam can smack that archer in the face. Like, it's also going to be slightly annoying to level up Calm as well, because he's very fragile. Thieves are pretty freaking fragile. But I also do want to promote him as well. Let's see, I can smack the archer in the face, or I can smack Cutthroat. It's like the thief there. So I can smack him with Franz. Teamwork! It's kind of important if you want to level up your weaker characters. Let's see, no one needs... Well, Franz needs healing, but if I move Moldor... Unless I use Seth as a barricade. How about that? Typically, I'm not going to need more than one healer. Well, healer class. Like, a unit that starts off as a healer. Same rule will apply. Calm softens him up, and hopefully Nimi kills them. I want to prioritize leveling up Nimi more than Calm. Because I think it is slightly harder for her to get levels. Really? Because she's also kind of fragile. Only one skill? Kind of lame, really. Let's see, oh, that guy has a hand axe. I don't think I like the looks of that hand axe. But the only person I can strike him with is... well, Seth. I'll just put Franz down here. He should be okay. Yeah, I feel fine leaving Vanessa and Ross all the way back at the start because there's no reinforcements in this stage. Oh wow, this guy has a steel axe. I forgot about that. Whoa! I'm like, whoa there, buddy! Hang on a moment. I don't really need pure water too much. I mean, it's kind of helpful. I could sell it. I do, on the other hand, need Franz to actually, you know, get this guy out of the way. He'll get a level out of it too, which is nice. Yeah, 2 of 3 out of the Holy Trinity. More skill, which he kind of needed. Oh, I can't steal because my inventory is full. Nice. Here, take an Iron Lance. And I'll take that pure water. And you get a little bit of experience as a bonus, too. When you steal. Oh, for a second I thought Nimi wasn't going to defeat him, but I missed the fact that she was going to get a double attack. Wait a minute, trades. Pure water and hand axe. And then dump them into the supply. Now all that's left is the mercenary that's up there. I don't really need his antitoxin either, but I might as well take it. Just because I can. Let's see, it's moved from 5, so he'll be down there. Is that just enough to put him in range? Of getting ranged. Oh, I forgot to, switch to a lance. That's fine, though. Mercenaries tend to be really accurate, just to let you know. Like, they typically have a pretty good skill, that's steel. Speaking of steel, hey! I'll be taking that. Ha-cha-cha. Thank you very much. Can I defeat with Nimi? No. That makes me sad. That means that Seth is going to have to be a kill stealer. Or I could use Gilliam. That works. Gilliam would get a level now. I do want Nimi to attack first because so she'll get a little bit of experience inflicting damage. And then Gilliam can come and finish the job. Nice levels there. Got a speed bonus, which is actually pretty rare. Alright, now as we see here, Bazba has both a steel axe and a hand axe. They're both pretty inaccurate. But the steel axe will weigh him down for the cost of doing more. So I think my goal is I actually want Seth to soften him up. And then most likely get a killing blow with Nimi. Or, well, the character of my choosing. It's gonna be Nimi. And hopefully Seth doesn't critical. Yeah, see, normally I'd get 10 experience for that. Since Seth is a pre-promote, he only got 5. Please hit. Damn it. It's like, how do you do that? Alright. So, strength of 19. Well, attack. No, sorry. Attack of 15. Since he can't possibly kill Nimi, unfortunately, he's going to heal up. I could try getting a kill him with calm. No. I mean, that would work just as well. You'd also get 2 chances at it. This ain't real. It's not happening. The thief got a level. That's a statistical improbability. Oh wow. All 3 points in the Holy Trinity and a health boost. That's pretty good for Calm. Although, personally, between you and me, I was really hoping Nimi would get the kill, but such as it is. Hey there, Kicker BS. How's it going? Yeah, you say you could have robbed the blind, but let's be honest, you are gonna run into some extreme problems with that mercenary. And that's basically how we rope him into our army, because Nimi said so. And also the plot reason why he came here. Family heirloom. I mean, come on now, Seth. This stuff is going with a little thievery every now and then. It's like, oh, randomizer runs for Sacred Stones, huh? That sounds interesting. I should try one of those one of these days. So, how is Shadows of Valencia, by the way? Well, I mean, that is true. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, 80% of the towns of Raynar got burned to the ground, at the very least. It's like, don't use the Levin Saber? Sounds about right. It's like, that is the nice thing about Sacred Stones, though, is that you tend to get a lot of your more useful party members, like, extremely early on. Oh, wow. Like, one unit soloing entire maps in Fire Emblem game, that's actually pretty ridiculous. Oh, that is most interesting. The Spider Princess. Well, as it turns out, the bracelet is a lot more relevant than we're first given credit for, but then again, were you really surprised? Of course this is only the beginning, Erica. What did you expect? I wouldn't say the game is that long. It's only, what was it, like 23 chapters long? Civ's the assassin would actually be pretty freaking awesome. Oh no. And iron axes were everywhere in the beginning of the game. Oh, I have no plans on, like, really going for the post-game recruitment. Like, I'll show off the 2 optional... well, I say 2, but there's actually 3 optional maps. But that's about it. Like, I'm not gonna go out of my way to get all of 10 of the secret characters. Because really, who wants to run through the Lagado ruins more than once? I haven't really been paying attention to the story, mainly because I already know what happens, but basically, the 3 generals here, they've been questioning what the Emperor has been doing in these most recent times, invading Raynar, as it's so out of character for him. He's not satisfied with just taking the territory of Raynar, though. He wants all of the territory. And so we're going to be getting 3 more generals. Slightly less scrupulous generals. In fact, they're actually kind of suspicious. Oh, we'll be getting there. It's like, don't get me wrong, we will be getting there. Reeve looks like he really needs some sleep, though. I mean, just to be perfectly honest. That or is like, it's some sort of like... He screwed up royally with his makeup this morning. And apparently Glenn and Walter here have some sort of history. That he could be. If we're even sure that he's actually human, but you didn't hear that from me. No, I'm pretty sure he actually is human. So we've just kind of like glanced over the Emperor's battle plan there. Basically, take over the continent, find the Raynar twins. Brilliant! Let me see, I think... Let's see, the prologue, chapter 1, 2, 3, 4. I think one more chapter will do it. That'll be a pretty decently sized live stream. Getting ever closer to the Seraphu, so we're just gonna stop and take a nice scenic picnic in this forest. That sounds lovely. Hi there. I don't think those were there before. I don't think they're human. I mean, some of them are clearly floating eyeballs. So, this is the chapter where we're also introduced to magic and the preparation screen. It's dangerous outside the walls. Therefore, I want you, a fully competent mage, to stay behind the walls. Well, that's some confidence. Oh, she does have a point there. Magic is actually pretty awesome in most of the Fire Emblem games. Yeah, passing through before the fiends surround us kind of seems like a statistical impossibility. Wow. That's, How would you go about dealing with that? I mean, because it's not like you get, like, you have anything like the Holy Tear Fang to help deal with that and the Sacred Stones. So anyway, we get a free look at the Monk's Critical there. Oh, the beacon bow? Like, I'm surprised the randomizers even remember those weapons, as those aren't actually, they were taken out of the main game. Anyway, preparation screen, we can take a look at the map. Helps plan out your formation there. Typically when it comes to planning out your formation, you can't move your lord, which is unfortunate. And if there's like a particular party member or so that joins you, you also can't move their position. Let me see here. Ross, get out of here. I don't even really need Seth for this fight either. I mean, Seth is useful. Yeah. Alacaliber, which I think is supposed to be, which is kind of like a mistranslation of Excalibur. Yeah, Excalibur wasn't fully programmed into the game. Like, it has an attack animation and that's about it. As I would know this because I've actually messed around with Game Shark cheats for the Sacred Stones. Also, it took me the longest time to realize that these Reverend Sprites actually do have heads. Like, it blends in so well. I mean, there's even like a couple ballista types that didn't even make it into the main game either, like the Killer Ballista, which is kind of ridiculous. It's also through messing with Game Shark codes that I learned that Mur can actually use the Wretched Air. That's it. Anyway, my formation is going to be set up like so. And let's get this fight started. So anyway, we're immediately joined by Artur, who is a monk, who is a user of light magic. Just gonna tell you right now, he's really not gonna see much use. I'm just gonna be perfectly honest with that. A knight with 8 movement, oh, that just sounds awesome. And like, counterintuitive, too. See, this guy's an iron sword. Okay, let's see, let's move friends. I was like, oh, I can only imagine. I was like, how far are you in that randomizer? Like, you mentioned Chapter 8, but how much further beyond that are you in? Let's see, I want Gilliam to stay behind here because we are going to be encountering some reinforcements here pretty soon, and I want him around there so he can deal with them all. We'll have our tour visit this village, which will tell you about knocking over trees makes sandy bridges. And thinly enough, he gives us an axe. Acceptable voice acting in my Nintendo game. That's actually quite an improvement, I would say. Let's see. Actually, equip the iron sword. Friends will be able to deal with this Revenant and the Skeleton pretty easily. It's fully voiced. Is that it? That's pretty neat. Like I do have to actually go out of my way and pick up Shouts of Valencia. As I've played Awakening and I wasn't really too sold on Awakening, and I purposely skipped Fates because of the whole splitting versions thing, which really should not have happened. Hey, where's that freaking thing going? Oh, hi there, reinforcements. I didn't even get much time to prepare. All right. Let's see. First things first, I want to go into this village here, so we can recruit Lute, who is better than Artur in pretty much almost every way. Let's see here. Yeah, Lute starts at level 1 though. Artur starts at level 2. Oh, I started at level 3. But Lute has basically easily the best magic growth stat in the entire game. And she can become a sage, which not only has the cap of 30 magic, it can also use light magic as well, which just basically makes Artur kind of useless. See, I do want to get Mulder out of there, so he doesn't die horribly. Nimi I want to kill. Revenant there. see here. Yeah. Like it or not, like someone is gonna have to take a hit from me with a lie. And out of all of them, Artur has the best resistance, but I know for a fact the Evil Eye isn't gonna go after him. Alright, well then, let's get to cleaning up these reinforcement zombies, shall we? Yeah, Vanessa's gonna take a couple of hits, but she should be more or less alright. Hey, a critical when I didn't need it. Love when that happens. Once Gilliam kills that last Revenant there, he's gonna get a level. Alright. Oh, I just realized Francis is in the range of that other Evil Eye. Which actually kind of works more to my benefit, because I kind of want to get rid of them. Unless, of course, the Evil Eye moves in such a way that I can't actually target them. Oh! Comic Relief has arrived, everyone! I love this freaking sound, this particular music track here. Charge out these cliffs, the only thing you'll be rushing to is your death. He does bring up a point, though. I get the feeling these people are a little overzealous. Alright, let's see here. We've got skeletons coming after me. Kinda wish I gave France that javelin, but it should be okay. That's about the most I'll end up using Gilliam for this map, though. It should be, at any rate. Skill and defense up, not too bad. Loot as a vulnerary, that would be helpful. I gotta keep these skeletons from reaching Mulder, though. Call him take care of this Evil Eye because he can. Useful experience kill for him. Ow! So close! Like, these things have anything I can steal? Most likely not. Alright. Well, I mean... There's also... Oh, Needy can kill them. Alright, well, that solves my dilemma. I can't kill you no matter what I use, though. Oh, that's why you're using a lance. Well, I mean, not that it would have mattered too much. Not with the rapier. Let's see. Actually, that's not even a question. The skeletons can either only use lances or swords, so lance is always the best option. Oh, nice! All 3 points in the Holy Trinity. Friends, I might just use you as my cavalier yet. And Nimi also gets 3 points in the Holy Trinity as well. This may be a pretty decent run through, all things considered. Take assets. Colin could probably use it more. One more evil line to deal with. It's like, oh, hang in there, loot. It's like, we'll get you your levels yet. Ah, there's the level I was looking for. Kind of pathetic. Alright, and the first level verdict is... not a magic boost. What was that about having the highest magic growth rate? Yeah, let's see, who needs to level more? Garcia, you haven't leveled up at all. Should fix that. Does I have Nimi pick this guy off for free experience? Let's see. Erica's almost leveled up. Let's get Franz to move over here. Draw out the evil eye so I don't have to deal with them later. It's like, the big advantage to magic really is that they have the range of bows, only they can attack next to you as well. The downside is typically usually that mages can't take a hit worth anything. Alright, so we'll have Garcia smack this Revenant in the face. Twice even. Nimi will finish off the other one. Skill and speed, which are both actually pretty useful for a fighter. fighter. Because fighters are typically HP sponges, but they typically also don't get a lot of defense to go with it. And also, axes are heavy. I do want to try to get at least one more level for loot, but that's probably not going to be possible. Unless I ever kill the Revenant. Which is kind of feasible, really. Well, I say Revenant, but I actually mean the boss here, the Entombed. Erica will kill the Revenant, though. We hope. Got the level regardless, so... Actually, I don't really care who kills it now. Pretty decent for Erica, though. Kinda wish that strength would start going up, though. Nebe can't get in range, though. Alright, fine. I need to move Garcia closer anyway. Not doing too bad for level, so... we gotta... Well, we got Gilliam at 7 over there. Saying all high and mighty. Got 6s, 5s... a couple of 4s. Hopefully loot becomes level 3 by the end of this. Oh, I still have a door key lying around. I never used that, actually. That amuses me, actually. Let's see. Yeah, 32. It's like enough for loot to get the killing blow. And there it is. Still not a magic increase. That's gonna be that's gonna be my curse for trash talking Archer, isn't it? Anyway, now we're just going to discuss the fact that the creatures are probably demons from ancient times. It's like we can't take them lightly, even though we actually could take those enemies lightly. Not so much for the later monsters, though. Pressing forward seems foolish, even though we're actually already halfway there. So in actuality, it would be kind of defeating the purpose. You're a little late there. Also, what the heck were you going to do anyway? You're a troubadour. You can't fight! Okay. I guess we will live to get to learn about her. I was like, Erica has no idea how to react to any of this. But I think that's more part of the charm of Fire Emblem rather just than the grim, dark, like, war setting. It's the character interaction. Alright, nearly 2 hours of streaming. Got a few chapters in. I think that's about enough to call it for the night. So, next time for Fire Emblem, the Sacred Stones, continuing onward towards into the territory of Grotto. I only predict ill things in the future. So with that said, take care now. Thank you, Kicker BS, for joining me for a little bit of conversation. And I will see you another time. Take care now.